Well, greetings. As you can see, I'm at a different location for just today. I have an anniversary going on. I don't go into too much detail, so I wasn't going to be doing this, but it's like, so here we are. Okay, so we just did the mentorship recording. Of course, you have to be part of membership to see it, because people don't want all their information out there, which is cool. Just as you learn all this, you don't need everybody to see what's going on. That's cool. So if you want to join the mentorship, feel free. You can contact me also. You can talk to Neutron and Retro, which is great. We had a very balanced conversation, get their point of view. So give you some insight, give Ivan a break every once in a while, which is nice. Apparently, I wasn't sure what to call this. I was going to talk about the felines. I know I don't try not to bash alien beings, but I want to kind of give my point of view. Not all felines are bad, of course not, but I want to put some of that out there. I just got an email about felines being canines showing up in a dream, but also I believe it has to do with some of the felines. Let's put it this way: I've talked about this in the past, and it comes to my mind every once in a while. I don't see them, I don't look for them. I imagine they are kind of messing with my mind here and there. I wouldn't doubt it. Just to give you a little bit, not like I said, I'm not saying not all felines are, alien felines are bad. But let me tell you, they're not always easy to detect. Not to say I'm detecting them. I know something here is not right with them. Like the reptilians this, reptilians that. The felines are more stealth. You don't see them. You don't feel them. They might even magnify a reptilian energy, but it's actually a feline doing it. You're not going to probably hear many people talking about it either, once again, because alien felines are very, look at our emotions, how we act. Some people are like a cat. They don't want to talk about anybody. They care about their territory. This shows there are things there. I look at cockatoo videos where they get all pissed off, when they're all happy, they're fun. But when they get mad, it's funny because humans act like that too. They get all walk around all mad. It's just like a human. So we do have a lot of their all of their characteristics. The only reason I'm bringing up the feline, I feel like I have to bring it up for various reasons. I don't know the whole story. But the reptilians get a lot of heat for obvious reasons, not fully understood. Like I said, I'm not saying all felines are bad, but many felines are in stealth, incognito, doing mental manipulation. They want things the way they want it. They don't feel like we are worthy of anything. They just feel like they're above us, depending on the species. A lot of them did come from Orion, because once again, Orion is kind of like where those are very above others, different species. Like we're from Orion, right? Hey, look, it's like we wear Nikes and stuff like that. Obviously, I might be humanizing them a little bit, but I don't think I'm humanizing that much. And we got a lot of our difficulties from different species we have a mix of everything, but it's not all, we're human, but also we have other issues from other beings here, all mixed into one, which is, So, easier said than done, obviously. And either way, the felines think they're superior over us. So the reason I bring it up is because as humanity starts to awaken, I had the Area 51 situation with and that's the title of this, about a U.S. Here we're going to the situation here. Now, why would I think the U.S. Army, 1 second. I don't know how to use this. Okay, here we go. U.S. Army stealth bomber for Area 51 crowd. U.S. military unit apologizes for tweet. Seriously. Really? And once again, they say nothing's there, right? It's no big deal. Think again. Why would they do something like that? So I didn't really go into I don't know if there's other stories on this. I imagine that's still pretty disgusting. I mean, seriously, U.S. military poor taste, nuke bomb joke. I mean, seriously. So, of course, we're war in Iran. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's fear mongering. Oh, while we're here, have we looked at Yemen for a while? Yeah. Either way, Yemen is still the secret war going on as usual. Let's see here. Those are new to all this. I have Tor.com. Private sessions. Last week. We have a schedule here. We're on an channel. These other ways of scheduling also. You have Google Hands and channeling by phone. It's all recorded. In shop, I'm like 10 days for delivery at this moment. Probably a little bit more for others. Yeah. When you do healings, those get kind of deep, even if they are short. 15 minutes, they can get, things take time. I try to give you the best message, depending, the best, sometimes general questions can become very complicated at times. So, same situation here. Other channels and heroes I do recommend. Social network. And the rabbit, I can't get to him. The rabbit. All right, thank you for your support. Okay. So I was going to do a, let's see here. So the Anunnaki here also. Yeah, so obviously the military is going through a lot of paranoia for that tweet. I mean, it's the freaking military, and you tweet something. I mean, how adolescent can you be? If Area 51 is not a big deal, why tweet something like that? They're definitely covering many things up, and the rumors are true. Yeah, maybe not 1,000 people showed up right now for Area 51, but we're in the early stages. If they continue this every year, which I hope they do, I mean, it's hard, but it's still history. Either way, however you look at it, it's still history in the making. And when people take all this more seriously, you're going to have more crowds there, possibly thousands, possibly, and they're just outside the gate. That's the smart way to go about it. And then over time, they're going to open up their doors because the war will be over and secrecy is ended. And then the place will become a damn museum. And then they'll shut it down. It'll just be a museum. Shut down all the nonsense, at least. So that's where we're heading. Okay, it might be 1,000 years for that. But I mean, we go to war zones all the time as tourist attractions. Area 51 will be a tourist attraction eventually. That's inevitable. Okay, not tomorrow, but eventually. Another thing, let's see. I feel Anunnaki energies here. So I leave all of these open when I do these connections here. It's like whatever is fresh, whatever collective wants me to bring in. Anunnaki can't. Felines can't always be trusted. The felines connect to human energy. Basically, they manipulate human emotions. Where you think it's your emotion is actually theirs. Meaning they can trigger emotions. They can keep themselves. You realize cats are very emotional. They do have like very happy, but they are an emotional being. Reptilians are a different story. They don't really have emotions all the time. It's just very flat, depending on the reptilian, of course. Of course, I don't see many alligators laughing their asses off anymore. But felines are more connected to us emotionally than you might realize. A lot of that came through the Zeta DNA structure of the human. Now, everyone has their own version of where the human came from, or where it was erected, can see, whatever, put together, however you word it. A lot of your Atlanteans are also Zetas. Zeta Atlanteans. Atlanteans descended into a Zeta type form. which I don't believe was brought up very often. Zeta Atlanteans that lost their figure through war, Holocaust, that you don't remember for obvious reasons. Three fingers, of course, it's a signature. Three fingers is all you need. It is an activation, DNA activation also. It's all you need for DNA activation, meaning they can touch you and activate you in a certain way. Meaning that, like healing, same thing. It's on how your DNA is coded. Of course, as a Zeta. A Zeta can heal you, depending on the Zeta, it can heal you pretty quickly because they're kind of formed, they're connected to your root chakras. Of course, there's other beings that can do that also, but the Zeta can activate a great deal within you. They don't do it, but they can. They're like your alien surgeons. Like you have a surgeon, you go to the hospital. Well, Zetas are the surgeons of humanity. They're there to sew you all up. This is why you get abductions from Zetas. You don't get it from anybody else. You don't hear about abductions from many other beings. A Zeta is usually there because they are the surgeons of your society. Yes, you might have a great deal of Anunnaki, but who put it all together? The Zetas played a big role. Now, who believes that? It's up to you. But why are you seeing little green men? They're not green, but either way, why are they the most popular being around? You see alien, you see Zeta. Who do you see of everyone throughout your life? Many of you see a doctor, correct? That's what the Zetas are seeing here. They're doctors. They might not be the most liked. There's different versions of it. There's all different types. Some are warrior, some are friendly, you have all different types. So some are here to program you, and some are here to deprogram you. There's many ways of looking. Not all of them are Zeta Atlanteans, but many of them are. Many of them went to other realities and came back totally different. Realize Atlanteans are a bit more of the other versions of Earth than you are. Your world is still kind of figuring out this version, not realizing other versions are constantly being rolled into yours. It's another way of seeing like all these different restaurants are on your planet. A lot of them came from other versions of Earth. Wow, this Thai food tastes good on this version of Earth. Can we pull it into your version? Be surprised. Hey, I was on Earth 2. That tastes great. How about we bring it to Earth 1 or whatever you want to call this one? You think we're joking. That's the thing. We put this information out there. Not everybody believes it. But as you unravel your reality, there's more going on than what meets the eye, correct? You're trusting more of your inner self, your higher self, multidimensional self. People are not taking it seriously, but many of you are. You realize you're much more than this wrapping that's around you at this time, who you say you are. And it's going to get even more deeper because you're experiencing it. You're not just hearing it, you're experiencing it. And that is a major shift. You're breaking out of the third dimensional mold. You're becoming a new person altogether. You're also right now, many of you are fascinated by the unknown because you're starting to feel it, especially those of you who have dreams. Your dreams are unlocking you. Many of you don't really need dreams to tell you there's something weird going on. You know it. You kind of live the dream. Not the dream of financial galore. The dream of it, this life is a dream, basically. So why dream it when you can live it? Now, many of you, yes, get aggravated because life goes slow, but many of you are time bombs also. Many of you that get very, impatient because you are timeline changers. Meaning that when that timeline B gets you're on A and B shows up, you're going to make some major ass splashes. Problem is B is like 20 years down the road and you're going crazy right now. Because you know it. Because you woken up sooner than you thought. But also you thought you can handle it. Not everybody can handle it, as you can see. Being awakened isn't as lovely as it might seem. There are many, I won't call it thorns, but there are just layers that are just not the East. Realize us aliens, realize the Anunnaki speaking, just to let you know. Collective Anunnaki at your service. That we can be humorous also, if you want us to be. We're actually connected to a great amount of collective, even the Zetas also. The Zetas want you to know a great deal about you too. Basically, you're more humorous than you realize. Humor is going to come more into your environment. Right now, humans are getting very serious. SJWs, because many are, the SJW situation here is actually slow down your ascension because some of you actually sped up faster than you thought. You know, people that color their hair is different color, some of them are waking up more than they realize. So there are many SJWs who have colored hair. Many are slowing things down because they saw humanity speeding up faster than others can handle it. Say what you want about it. Yes, maybe they're destroying certain things, but also they're bringing in new vibrations. Okay, not everybody's going to agree with that. We quite understand. But once again, the Zeta surgeon as part of your DNA makeup is going to become, now realize many are actually afraid of doctors and many are afraid of the Zetas. Not to say we're trying to make them friendly to you at all. That's up to you. Is just realize there's a fear energy there that's going to be healed, calmed, understood. How many people like going to the dentist? Please raise your hand. I think I see no hands. Some, okay, maybe 2 people out of 1,000 like going to the dentist. The Zetas are your dentists also. Think about being a DNA dentist. Doesn't sound too luxurious, does it? They can change your DNA where your facial structure changes altogether and make you look like whatever they want you to look like. You're a cow, not a chicken exactly, but they can change your, you want plastic surgery, they can make it where you can, yes, mold your face into a whole nother environment. They're not going to do that, but some of you have realized there are people that do shift their, facial features and actually look more attractive, or some look more ugly, depending on what it is. No surgery needed. Old age is another way of changing one's appearance, as you can see. So that shows you there's a shift going. Of course, that's more acceptable. When people start looking more like fish and chicken people, it's going to be a little bit of a strange environment. Obviously, that hasn't occurred, but there are features that are there. You're not going to grow a beak now. In reality, that's something you don't need at this time. Well, there are realities where it does exist. Everything that you can think of, anything that you feel, does exist somewhere in your universe, of course. Now, do you want it in your universe? Your reality is another story. Most say no. Some of you are connected to like a Pee Wee Herman reality where everybody's laughing their ass off. Maybe not like that. Pee Wee Herman came from a funny reality to liven things up. He's been a court jester in other incarnations. He's here just to, he might be a weirdo, but people love it. People find their identity. He's also brought others from that version of Earth here also. The weirdos, you can call them. And most of them are very alien-like. Your Tim Burton's an alien, no doubt about it. He shut himself down greatly to be a third-dimensional human, but he was actually very alien when he was younger. If you look at his older works, he's become very human. That's what the collective needs him at this time, but he'd rather be much more bizarreness, but that's not how you make a living. But that's okay. He left his signature mark. It doesn't really matter at this point. And yes, monetary system, as wonderful as it is not necessarily needed. When you're doing this type of work, putting out new energies, new environments, money system will find a way. But you can make flop after flop after flop in the movie world and still be able to make a movie no matter what. Because those are magicians. They're bringing in information that your society needs to hear. It might be tainted, it might be calmed down, watered down. It's still what your society. And to bring information from other versions of Earth to get you ready for where you're heading, to know more about yourselves, which is major. Knowing more about who you are, it's not as cut and dry as it'd like to be. Many would like to go much further, but yes, it's been softened down for many different reasons. Because the body can't handle a download all the time. The mind stops everything, but not entirely. You're here to basically shift timelines, though. See, a movie, we're using movies for example, because they bring in new timelines. Because people like a movie about aliens, so it brings that timeline in. Now, people see the movie Alien and get, whoa, freaked out. But others say, give us a sequel. It might be a watered down sequel, but still, yes, it might not be the most friendly alien, but still bringing in alien energy in, where it was all shut down before. So you're getting more comfortable, and not to say it does not exist somewhere, but some people need to be, yes, scared out of their minds to get the nice and fluffy aliens. You're working towards that. Your consciousness has been hijacked so many times. You kind of need a scare, a jolt, a ugly energy, because it's setting the groundwork. It's anytime when something new comes in, it's never always the easiest, as you can see. Because some don't want in your society, if you had friendly aliens everywhere, many people would give away their power to it and be controlled by it. So would you rather one that scares the hell out of you or one where everybody's giving their control over it? Say like you have nothing but nice aliens shows up. Not say you would do this, but many in your collective would give their power away. Oh, you have all these powers. Look, you have a ship that does this and that. I'm going to give my power to you. This is why you don't have that now. You're figuring out your own groundwork, who you are. Many of you are already there. You'd like to have disclosure soon, now, yesterday. But also you're realizing your senses are opening up. So sometimes being angry, crying is a good thing. It shakes things up. It gets your guys to pay more attention to you. Paying attention to you is many can become more understanding of your guides, even if you yell at them every single day. You don't have to do that, but some might. You get frustrated. I think I just heard my guides talk to me. They told me to shut up. At least it's something. They won't do that, but so sometimes yes, people do block them out because they don't like what they have to say. Of course, there's lessons to be learned, and they don't talk. They just let you figure it out on your own. And yes, there are times when people do get manipulated on a daily basis to shut off your guides, but that's a lesson for you to figure out who you are. Yes, there are some people that want to break up relationships. Like you got a new relationship, somebody wants to break it up. It does occur, especially when it's new. You don't really know each other, so it's easy to take it apart. As many of you have dealt with, your girlfriend's friends don't like you, this person doesn't like you, yada, yada, yada. And so it's the power of the heart. Do you want to go through this? Do you want to go through this nightmare? Sometimes it is, but not always. So it's also showing like a partnership is linking their hearts together. Like in a new relationship, it's like you don't care what other banter says from others. You know in your heart that person, and you let your heart centers link and not worry about the talk because it's testing you. It's like people wish they were you. In some cases, not always, but there are cases of that. Relationship connections here, as you see on this planet, can be hell on earth because you have a positive connection coming through. Yes, some people are going to make it hell for them to be together because once you're together and they get to used to each other, they don't want to separate. And if they're here for the awakening, all hell is going to break loose. Just realize that. For those that are trying to manipulate your society. Now we have two forces together that's here to bring in the awakening instead of when they're separated and don't know what the hell is going on. You bring them together, you got a problem there. At least for those that are controlling your society. And obviously many know it's going to happen anyway, but that's always the case. So you're changing realities, as you can see. Many of you feel a lift coming. A lift of the madness. You might not see the madness disappear, the facade still goes on, but you feel a lot lighter than you did before. That shows progress is being made. Yes, in your reality, it might seem like everything's still the same, but the soul of it, like your Disney World, for example, something shifted. It's like, yes, the truth is being seen. They're not as popular as they used to be. Now, what's weird is not popular, and what was popular, people don't like anymore. Weirdness sells. Weird truth, bring the soul out, let go of the fear, Allow laughter, happiness to come through. That's what you're working towards. Yes, hell on earth. Just by living in this reality, because you want the truth to be seen, heard, you feel it. But you would like others to feel it, just because they feel better. Yes. Now there is magic here. Slow magic. The magic of lifting your veil. That's what you're doing. And that's what we are assisting with. Now some feel, and now you'd be surprised though. Some Anunnaki despise humans, sort of. Like, look at it from a teacher's point of view. A teacher says, you're not say it, they're calling you stupid, but we'll just use that. You're stupid, stupid. And then you outsmart the teacher. It's like, whoa, okay. Sometimes teachers are hard on the students to break them open. See, you were smart all along. I knew it, but I didn't want to tell you that. It's hard. Many of you have parents that are absolute hell. Yes, I put you down. The bullies are your parents. But you continue on, you break free of that, which is difficult. And many of you have not easy parents. That's okay. That's the point. That's you to make you a better person. Yes, realize the lessons are overbearing here, but necessary. This role has been locked down for a very long time. Many of you choose to just endure it, get stronger, send your love out, know there's a positive to it, and you have your new planet. All that shit that you told, that your corporate crap that was sold onto you, you all threw it off. You found healthier food, healthier lifestyles. It is possible. It can happen. But you have to trust yourselves for it to occur. Yes, it takes time, of course. But it won't take forever, as some might feel it. Blessings from Anunnaki. It's probably more of that, but that's all we got for today. All right, much love.